Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks so much for popping in. I hope you slept well and I hope you're having a lovely day. I think we all need a bit of a lovely day, don't we? Bit of time for yourself, maybe a bit of crafting. So today I've come in with a design. I've made it into a birthday card, but to be honest, it's one of those designs that you could easily change up. And at the minute, I'm really trying to use, I keep every scrap of card. Do you? And I'm really trying to use those up. So this is the design I've come up with, and it's on an A6 card blank. Now, as always, I've just put part of the design on the back, just so it makes that lovely, well, cohesive. The whole thing looks like you've really thought about it. And also on the envelope, permanent ink, a bit of Posca. And I just think whoever receives this is really going to know that you've really, well, made an effort and just gone, I think those little extras. And I have to say, when I post them, you know, I put the circular stickers from our sticker sets on the back here, almost as a bit of a wax seal. I love those, you know, the little circular, the round stickers. So lots of things you can do just so that person really knows that you care. Now, this beautiful wreath, now, as you know, I love wreaths. I'm just going to put this to the side, and it comes from a set. And this is the Tim Holtz Thinlits, and Lavinia sell this, which I love because, you know, I just love die cuts. And this one's called Funky Wreath, and you get two. And they're just slightly different shapes, look, and they are so useful. And I know you're going to want to know the size because it's difficult when you're looking. And this one, it's about 7.5 centimetres, which I know some of you like inches, 3 inches. This one, we're talking about the same sort of 3 inches across diameter. So they're not over large. So, and the reason I wanted to highlight this is there are some larger wreaths, but these are perfect for your smaller cards. And I know we're just very conscious of postage and sizes with cards. And I know a lot of you have been in touch and said that square cards cost more. So this, if you love your square cards, you could easily put it on a square, but I think it just goes lovely on an A6. So we're going to start off with an offcut, and I save, I'm sure you're the same, all my offcuts. Now this is 9 centimetres square. And I've got to be honest, I keep as well all my little diddy bits like this, look, because if you were teaming this up, you could even put a sentiment on there. So we never throw anything away, do we? That's us. So I'm going to start, and for the base of my design, I'm going to use one of my circle masks. Now, we've done this before. I just think it really helps, gives me a base for my stamping. Elements ink, and I'm using Sahara today. And I'm just going to give myself, so I'm going to pop it in the centre. Just going to give myself an idea of where to stamp. Nice light touch in the lid, round the mask. And again, I'm going to take that away, and then in the lid, I'm just going to come in a little bit more, just to take that whiteness off the middle. Going to leave a little bit right in the centre. Can you see? Now, we're going to stamp over this, so don't be too precious with it. But while we've got that ink out, she says, as she's putting it away, and you had to forget this bit, I'm going to get my die cut and just put the Sahara all over it, because we want this to tone in. And I'm not going in the lid this time, I'm going straight because I want different shades. Right, happy with that. Put that over there. And then we'll just give this a bit of a clean up. Now, you could do that in your journal and you'd get that lovely shape of the outside of the die cut, almost using it as a stencil. So that's another thing you can, and then you could stamp around that and you'd have a lovely journal page. Oh, I hope somebody does that, and then you can show me. So I was looking at my mini stamps, like you do. We've all been using them a lot recently, and it's funny how these things we get into. And I found this one, and I've not used this one for ages, and it's leaf 2 in the mini. And when I got it and I thought, actually, oh, that's going to look lovely on there. And now I don't use that one much, and I feel for it because it's a bit upset because it hasn't been used much. Sand Dune. I want a nice light colour in the Versafine Clair, and I'm just going to go round this design, look. And I'm actually going to use the edge of that acetate circle mask just to give me an idea. And I'm just roughly going to stamp all the way around. And this is just going to be the basic. So don't worry at all if it doesn't quite meet. I don't think I got quite enough ink on that bit, but I'm reckoning we can just about get... Yes. Now what I do want, if we put this on here, look, it's lovely because we can see the odd bits on the inside and the outside, but the corners I'd like a little bit more. So I'm actually going to ink up again and just stamp coming out in the corners, look, just to give me a bit more shape in the corners. So I'll just go all the way around and just come out a bit further. And I don't want them all to be the same. And I know this is going to look a funny shape, but honestly, bear with me. When this goes back on, it's just important. I want to see that bit of almost foliage underneath in the corners, look. I know it looks a bit funny there, but as I say, bear with me. Next, I'm going to come in with the Lucky Clover Mini. And again, this is one I haven't used very much. And this design is perfect. Look out the ones that you don't use as much as the others. Portobello, lovely colour. Now this one, I'm going to stamp this way. Just because, again, pop your die cut on and have a look. And we can see maximum if we stamp it that way. So what I'm actually going to do is, for me, I find it easier to stamp it almost as a clock and then go in and stamp the middle one. If I work my way around, I just don't think it's going to be even enough and it'll mess with my head. So but that's just me. I find it easier to do that one there and then come in with my middle one there and then my middle one there. And let's see. Yes, so that's nice. So I get enough of that stamp to know it's there. I don't want to overcook it with each stamp set, but it would almost be wrong if I didn't see it. Now I got to this stage and I wanted some sort of berry. So I got my little mini leaf creeper out. Now we have lots of sort of berries, so have a look what you've got. This one again, another one I don't use that much, but I am trying to use it more. And at this point, do you know what, ladies and gents, you've got so many things you could do. You could keep it tone on tone, use brown again. But I fancied introducing another colour. Now I'm thinking if you wanted to make this Christmassy, and I know I keep mentioning that word, but you know it will be here, maybe introduce the holly and the little berry. Just saying. But I'm going for sort of, I'm thinking autumn, I'm thinking a birthday rather than Christmas. But this would so make a lovely Christmas card. So I'm going to go Hawthorn Rose. And I'm just going to try and catch the top little bit. And just stamp. So if I stamp there, let me have a look and see. Oh yes, you can see it on the inside. So I'll just try and catch that top bit. And I find if I ink up in the corner, look, I've less chance of the ink going down on there. So I'm going to go all the way around the middle first. Just cut that, I can tell. Let's have a look. And again, don't want to overcook it. Oh, that's nice. But we need a little bit, I'm thinking, at the corners. So if we come in at the corners, and again, I don't want the ink all the way down. Let me see, is that enough? maybe just a little up there. So we're thinking a bit there, there, and there. Now the new red, the strawberry, would be fabulous for your festive designs. But like I say, it's a great time to look through your stamps and see. So that was that Hawthorn Rose, lovely colour. So I'm thinking, I like that. But I want this to blend in a bit more. So let's just come in with, we haven't, the Hawthorn Rose, I thought about the violet chalk, but I think the violet chalk's a bit purpley. This is almost a bit pinky. So I'm actually going to come in with confetti. And I just want a bit, so it blends a bit more. So I'm not going to cover my whole wreath with the confetti, look. And it's lovely how the colours blend. It almost, so if I put that on there, can you see when I put that on there, that just picks out that colour without it being too much. Again, I think we'll just have a little bit more. And I'm going to stop there. Don't want to add too much. But where I've got these, I just want to blend it a bit more, make it a bit more rustic. So I'm going to come in with my ground espresso, my oxide, and my number 3 brush. And this way I can just pick out where I want to add a little bit of depth. And you see now how that and that for me is going to pick up those browns, that bit of that pink. Again, happy with that, so I'm going to stop there. No need to overdo it. Again, that will be lovely in your journal. Do you know what it almost looks like? If you put some stars, almost looks a bit cosmic-y, don't you think? A bit sort of like it's part of the planets and the galaxy. Could put the moon on top of that. Great for a boy's card or journal page. It's lovely, isn't it? What do you see in it? I could ask you all to... Now I've cleaned it up, what did you see in that? To me, it was the planets, but you might have seen something different. Now, on my finished design look, we've got a couple of the mini butterflies. So, as you know, I have a box with, we've got 2 there, because you don't want to see me cutting out, a box with all my little scraps, look. Now that is full of butterflies. So, I'll just show you how I coloured one. And it's my very simple Winker colouring. So 2 colours of the watercolour pencils, and I've gone for 30 and 178. Sorry, I have to say, it's not just me, but I'm sure if you've got these beautiful watercolour pencils, the numbers, they're not that big. So I'm reckoning it's 30 and 178. But do forgive me if it isn't. I've gone for like a pinky purpley colour and a brown anyway. So I'm going pinky purple around the edge, look. But obviously depending what colours you've chosen to stamp in, it'll depend what colours you want to do your butterfly in. And then I'm just going to bring a bit of that brown into the pink. Simple as that. Clear wink of Stella, wink of colouring. I'm going to go all the way around the pink first, because then I'll have a little bit of pink on the end of my brush, and then bring it into that brown and blend that brown into the pink. And then just clean my brush on there till it runs clear. And then I would cut that out, and I've actually cut round the little antennae, look, on these. So they're ready. So I'll put that one there to dry. And then, lovely and simply, I'm just going to add my wreath. Now, the good thing is with this, Bippity Boppity Glue. And I'm just going to put some little dots. There are areas that are slightly thicker with the card than others. And then I just take my finger and just blend it sort of across. Now, the good thing is with this glue, it dries clear. So if any does pop onto the front, it'll dry clear. So we're okay there. And I'm just going to decide, I think I want it there. happy with that. Now, before I put my butterfly on, I'm going to add some of my stickles. And for this, I've got the lime green. Again, lots of colours that would go, depending what colours you've stamped. And I'm going to be a bit of a dot and dab sort of action here. As you know, normally I would paint it on, but I actually want to get my stickles. The reason I'm doing it now is I want to get a little bit on my wreath, but a little bit on the foliage behind. So just going to, mine needs a bit of a shake. I've used this colour a lot recently, and I'm just going to dot it in various places, look. And then just with my finger, I'm going to come in and dab it across the wreath, but then also just at the sides. So it'll just catch the lovely stamping as well. And I just think that gives, it's probably difficult for you to see, but it just gives that nice blend. And then give my finger a quick wipe. And then with my Bippity Boppity Glue, I'm just going to come in and put my beautiful butterfly there. And then little sentiments in the middle. And we've got such lovely ones. I like Special One. And what I like about this is I can put one of my lovely sayings, and these are from the Sentiment Stickers Set 6, but also I can stamp a sentiment on the card. So Special One, I think, so that way you can have a sentiment as well. Now, on the card blank, so we're going to stick this here, but I want to stamp my sentiment first. So I'm going to put that safe, she says. And then I think we'll put birthday wishes on this because it's a nice birthday card. It's always handy to have that spare birthday card, isn't it? And I want to do it in the two colours. And so I'm going to get the Hawthorn Rose that we've used. And I think I'm going to use Portobello. On my original, I went Pine Cone, but I think Portobello might, well, we'll see. I'll do the two. I like to mix it up a bit. So the lighter colour across the whole of the birthday wishes. And then the Portobello, just catch the bottom. Be interesting to see which one I prefer. So I'm thinking we want that about there. Lovely. And I just love that two-tone. So let's get our Bippity Boppity Glue and just round the edge. And this will give us that bit of wiggle time. A little bit in the middle. I think that looks... So we'll give that a good press down. I think we just give it a bit of a wiggle there. And then to tie it all together, I'm just going to pop the other butterfly, little bit of glue in the middle and pop it there. And it'll just tie the two together. Remember to pop that lid on. We don't want that glue drying up, do it? Such lovely glue. And then if I fold the card, get my bone folder on that later, give it a good crease. In fact, I'll do it now. I can reach it. It's filed on the floor next to Eric, as everything is. So if we just move that copy of paper out, there we go. And I think that's just made a lovely, do you know, if you make cards for charity or you bulk make cards, and I know a lot of you do. I think that would make a lovely birthday card, and you could easily mix it up. You know, have a day creating designs like this. Change the colours up. I mean, I think that would look beautiful in blues, and I know a lot of you are big fans of blue and purple. Imagine the blue butterfly, blue in there with the berries, foliage, different greens. I mean, honestly, there are so many possibilities. So I do hope you've enjoyed that. And remember, there are 2 cutouts, 2 dies in that set. So you get 2 different, this one's got beautiful leaves on, look. So that would give you a different look. Yes. Can't wait to see what you do with them. You have fun. Have a lovely week and enjoy your weekend when it arrives. You take care. Be good to each other. Love and hugs from me. Bye for now.